The hit CBS drama Blue Bloods begins its final run of new episodes tonight. The series focuses on members of the Reagan family who work as police officers and prosecutors right here in New York City. The star-studded cast includes Tom Selleck as the family patriarch NYPD Commissioner Frank Reagan. We were invited to sit with the actors at their famous dinner table, the dinner scene being the linchpin of every episode, and we talked about the long-running show's success. For the last 14 years, viewers have welcomed the Reagan family into their homes.
I got a lot to be thankful for, starting with everybody at this table.
And the show's iconic Sunday dinner table is as iconic as its actors. Let's talk about this space and what this dinner, what does it represent to all of you?
It's home. I think the Reagan family on screen looks so genuine because that's what's happening off screen. You know, when they say cut, we're even more Reagan. You know, we're telling jokes
and it's happened from day one. And I met you the first day.
Something smells awfully good.
Our first family dinner for the pilot. So it was introduction, sit down, and be a family.
Hey, Jimmy.
Here he is.
Finally.
We all arrived, and the first scene was this scene.
The first scene that you
that we shot.
Strangle him.
No strangling on Sunday, okay, sunshine?
Okay, Pops.
Danny did what he had to do.
Well, I knew you would take his side.
I say what I think. I said to Leonard Goldberg, who was our producer, I said, why are we doing this first? And he said, I want this to be in every episode of the piece. And he said, I want to see if it works.
It did work.
I was glad to hear that the grand jury didn't indict Officer Green.
And the family dinner table scenes remain quintessential to the show.
Guy does his job, he shouldn't pay a price for it.
Why don't you cut the crap, Danny?
You know, I wasn't even talking to you. You must have a guilty conscience.
And a place where honest conversations and heated debates mirror ones at dinner tables across the country. Throughout the 14 seasons of Blue Bloods, you may be shooting other scenes and you never interact with each other, but on the day that you shoot this, you all sit down at the table, and I can feel the way you are all interacting with each other, it's kind of remarkable.
It's the scene, too, that people will come up and mention to us the most.
What did you think when you learned something interesting about your character? I mean, things that people will watch on television and say, that is the life that I understand, I know, I can relate to.
I know the men and women in those uniforms appreciate their lives being told on screen.
Central 2-9, Sergeant.
Because I think they're often taken for granted, disrespected, or overlooked.
It's maybe one of the unsung reasons this show is so successful is the conversations that we have, talking about all sides of an issue that may be going on in the country or in the world. The beauty of it is that there could be disagreements, there could be arguing, there could be fighting, but through it all, they stick together and love each other.
What you're describing are the things and the struggles that real people go through, and there's no politics tied to any of that.
No, I think we do such a good job of not telling you what you have to think.
A couple partnered together on the job can create conflicts.
Sitting in the seat where Tom Selleck sits every Sunday dinner is intimidating.
I grew up with a dad who's very intimidating, sitting at the end of the table. And there are times when I can lean into that. And of course now, in terms of being intimidated by Tom, now I started calling him Dad somewhere around season 2 or 3, and he'd be like, and now finally he calls me son, you know?
All these oak trees from here on up, I planted.
I visited Selleck at his home after he had finished filming his final scenes on the show. They also see you in their private life as a father figure. Have they ever said that to you?
Yes. Donnie calls me Dad.
There you go.
Say hi. I would never want one of my kids to make an important decision based on what I might think. Same goes.
It's kind of hard to ignore what you think, Dad.
A chance to play a flawed but strong patriarch wasn't my mission, but it was very important to me. And to set up that chemistry between the whole family. My hope for you, for both of you, is you never have to fire your weapon in the line of duty again.
A family of which he remains an important part, on and off the screen. Do you think the family that we see on television is actually a real family behind the scenes, is what kept people coming back to the show for 14 years.
Well, we were a real family. Sometimes we had so much fun, the acting family got in the way of the work. And sooner or later, somebody was going to break up and the giggles would start and stuff during family dinner. I think the hard thing was to realize we were going out in success. But I think if success is the peace of mind you get from the self-satisfaction of knowing you did your best, we all have that and always will.
Boy, what a great shot at the end.
Yes,
there.
let me shout out Vita Weisbaum, my producer, Robin Singer, and Derek Davis, Kenton Young, Billy Schneider, and Jack Norflis, who shot, and they were the audio engineers.
Beautifully shot.
It was beautifully done. But let me just say, I was with the cast last night at the Paley Center. Maureen Reedy, the CEO of the Paley Center for Media, had us do a Q&A with the cast. They are so sweet, they are so kind, they are so generous, and fans love this cast. They love each other. They got very emotional talking about the end of Blue Bloods.
I like what somebody said in the beginning, we're more Reagan than Reagan off camera.
Yeah.
At the beginning.
That's right.
Because you really did believe that family dynamic.
100%.
Yeah, nice
The
piece
show
of
will
that.
be missed. Thank you very much to the cast and crew of Blue Bloods. I've been tracking them for many, many years. They're incredible. The final episodes of Blue Bloods will air tonight at 10 and 9 Central right here on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.